Before we get started with today's video, I have to apologize for the late upload. This was supposed to be out a week from Halloween, but I broke my computer charger. Not only are the chargers for gaming laptops super expensive, they are also really hard to get a hold of. However, the video is finally out. Hope you guys enjoy.
Persona!
I am thou art I. What's up gamers, welcome back to another episode of Video Game Gems. Halloween is almost upon us, and to celebrate the season, we're looking at one of the spooky games from our childhood, Luigi's Mansion for the Nintendo GameCube. The game was originally created as a tech demo to show off the power of the GameCube at E3 2001. Later that year, it was repurposed into a full game and released in Japan and North America. The game made its way to Europe and Australia early 2002. Luigi has won a mansion in a contest he never entered. Mario and Luigi decide to go see the mansion in celebration, not knowing it is haunted. Mario takes the shorter route and arrives there first. When Luigi finally arrives, Mario is nowhere to be found. As Luigi searches the dark mansion, he is attacked by ghosts. He is saved by an old man named Professor Elvingad, and retreat to his laboratory just outside the mansion. Professor Egad is a ghost researcher. Starting his career in his early 20s, he traveled the world capturing ghosts. He eventually created an invention that turns ghosts into paintings. By the end of his career, he had 21 ghost portraits. He even built a gallery to hang them all in. Egad then informs Luigi that boos are stronger than other ghosts, and King Boo was the strongest of them all. They band together and attacked Egad, freeing all of his ghosts before constructing a mansion and hiding inside. After getting acquainted, Professor Egad teaches Luigi how to fight ghosts so he can save his brother. Luigi is equipped with the Poltergust 3000, a modified vacuum Egad invented to capture ghosts. When a ghost appears, you stun them with your flashlight and then suck them up. While a ghost is caught in your vacuum suction, you dwindle down its HP by yanking the vacuum in the opposite direction the ghost is trying to flee. Once its health reaches 0, the ghost is caught. Luigi also carries a Game Boy Horror, a modified Game Boy that is used to scan unnatural objects. When you scan an object, Luigi will say something about it. Sometimes it's a clue, and other times he blurts out something random. It's fun to randomly scan things just to see how he'll respond. Mirrors can also be scanned. When you scan a mirror, Luigi is teleported all the way back to the entrance of the mansion. Unfortunately, Luigi can't be teleported to any of the other mirror rooms, but just being able to instantly teleport back to the center of the mansion saves a lot of time. The Game Boy Horror also works as a map, showing Luigi the entire layout of the mansion. Lit rooms are rooms Luigi has cleared. Dark rooms are rooms Luigi has access to but still needs to clear, and colorless rooms are rooms that Luigi does not have access to. The map also shows which keys go to which doors. The Game Boy Horror has one more feature. It lets you view your collectibles, money, and the ghost you've caught. The game is pretty basic. You clear out all the ghosts in each room one by one. Once you've cleared a room, the lights come on and you get a key that unlocks another room somewhere in the mansion. Some of the doors are fake. If Luigi opens a fake door, he will take damage. There are a few ways you can tell if a door is fake or not. The first is pretty obvious. It won't show up on your map. The second is by looking at the foot of the door. Fake doors do not have floor mats, although a few real doors don't either. If you use your vacuum on a fake door, the door will not shake like real doors do. The final way to tell is by simply passing the fake door. Luigi will glance at it for a brief moment, something he doesn't do with real doors. There are 4 different types of ghosts in the game. The first type are normal enemies, reoccurring ghosts you fight multiple times in the game. These ghosts can be separated into 2 categories, room ghosts and transition ghosts. Room ghosts are ghosts that appear in different rooms in the mansion. Orange ghosts have the lowest health and punch the player if they get too close. Pink ghosts are similar to orange ghosts, but they are faster and have twice as much health. Blue ghosts are rare and slam the ground, creating a shockwave that will damage the player. Green ghosts don't attack the player. They carry around bananas and drop the peels while they're being sucked up. If the player slips on a banana peel, they will take damage and the ghost will escape. Grabber ghosts are ghosts that grab a hold of Luigi from behind. Lavender ghosts grab onto Luigi but don't deal any damage. Red grabbers do deal damage. Blue grabbers are invisible and can only be seen through a mirror. And purple grabbers are also invincible, but you fight them without a mirror. Ghost guys are Shy Guy ghosts. They mind their own business until the player gets too close. You have to use your vacuum to pull their masks off before you can suck them up. They can also be defeated by burning them with fire, but we'll talk more about that later. Transition ghosts are ghosts that are found in the halls of the mansion and outside the mansion. They have no health and are just there to be obstacles for the player. Purple bombers hang from the ceiling and drop bombs on the player as they pass by. Bowling ghosts are yellow ghosts that throw balls at Luigi. There is a lavender version of the purple bomber that doesn't attack the player. When defeated, they will always drop health. Mr. Bones are skeletons that are only found in the graveyard. They attack the player by throwing bones at them. Flying fish are small ghosts that fly around and follow the player. They come in two colors, pink and green. They both do the same thing, but the green ones are faster. Exploding ghosts are red spiky ghosts that explode after a while. If sucked up, they immediately explode and damage the player. Bats come in two different colors. The purple bats attack Luigi after he runs past them. Yellow ghosts will only attack Luigi if he pulls out his vacuum. Mice come in three different colors, blue, purple, and gold. But for now, we'll only be focusing on the blue and purple. The blue ghosts scamper around small areas of the mansion, dealing damage to the player if they are touched. Purple mice do the same thing, except they can also run up walls and on the ceiling. The purple mice can also slam doors on Luigi when he tries to open them. The second type of ghosts are portrait ghosts. These are the ghosts that were freed from Professor Egad's gallery. Each of them is unique and have tricks to beating them. A few of my favorites are Melody the pianist. You tap on the instruments in the music room to summon her. Biff Atlas the bodybuilder, who I'm almost sure is a reference to Biff from Back to the Future. You pelt him with punching bags to wear him down before you can capture him. And Chauncey, the first boss ghost. He shrinks you down to toy size while doing battle in his crib. If you scan their hearts, boss ghosts will give you hints on how to defeat them. Some of the rooms have bookshelves you can interact with that give you hints on how to beat some of the boss ghosts, as well as other secrets and information about the mansion and characters. Portrait ghosts can also be separated into two categories. The first are regular portrait ghosts. The second are boss ghosts. When fighting a boss ghost, you are teleported to an arena. The fight takes a little longer and requires more strategy. Play the game for yourselves if you want to know more about the portrait ghosts and the different types there are. The third type of ghost are boos. They hide away in cleared rooms with the lights on. They cannot be found in restrooms or outside the mansion. Boos hide in furniture. You have to shake the furniture to knock the boos out. Boos don't stick around and fight. They scatter to other parts of the mansion if you don't catch them fast enough. While the boos can move from one room to the next, they cannot leave the floor they are on. You fight boos differently than you fight other ghosts. You don't have to stun them, and they can't get caught in your suction. You have to move with the boos and slowly drain their health before they leave the room. If a boo gets away from you, you have to chase it to another room to finish the job. There are 50 boos in total, excluding King Boo. 35 of the boos have names that are puns of the word boo. The other 15 form together to create Boolosis, the Big Boo. You have to collect 20 boos before you're allowed to access the second half of the mansion, and you must collect at least 35 of the boos to beat the game. The last type of ghosts are hidden ghosts. These are ghosts that are tricky to catch. If you manage to catch one, they'll explode into money. There are two types of hidden ghosts, Speedy Spirits and Gold Mice. Speedy Spirits are hidden all over the mansion. Some you must find sooner in the game, while others you find later. Speedy Spirits are similar to boos, except they hide in dark rooms, and there's no scanner to tell you where they are. Once you've found one, you have to catch them quickly before they disappear. You only get one chance to capture a Speedy Spirit. Once it's gone for good. Gold mice show up randomly in vertical hallways, or can be summoned by finding and scanning cheese lying around the mansion. The cheese is hidden behind furniture in various rooms. The first one is located in Neville's room behind the work desk. There are various collectibles in the game. Some are mandatory. The first is money. Money can range from coins, dollars, gold bars, pearls, and gems. When Luigi collects a gem, a retro Luigi pops up on the Game Boy Horror. It's a nice little detail that they added. Your total amount of money is added up at the end of the game. Luigi uses all the money he collects to buy a new mansion. The more money you collect, the bigger mansion he gets. Mario loses 5 different objects. You must collect all 5 to beat the game. You find out a little more about what happened to Mario each time you collect one. The last of the collectibles are upgrades for the Poltergust, which are gained by collecting the fire, water, and ice medallions. These allow Luigi to catch Elemental Ghost, giving him the power of fire, water, and ice. Luigi can only hold one element at a time, but can switch between the 3 by sucking up a different Elemental Ghost. The Poltergust can only hold a limited amount of each element. Once you run out, you must suck up another Elemental Ghost to regain the power. Some ghosts are tied to one of these elements and can only be defeated by its opposing element. Fire ghosts are weak against water, water ghosts are weak against ice, and ice ghosts are weak against fire. The elements can also be used to interact with various objects in the game. The fire ability allows you to light candles, heat up certain objects, and burn down fake doors. The water ability allows you to water various plants in the games. By doing this, Luigi is rewarded with more money. The water ability can also be used to put out fires. And the ice ability allows you to freeze pools of water. There are 2 hidden rooms in the mansion that don't have doors. You have to get creative to find their hidden entrances. These 2 rooms are treasure rooms, filled with money, and lots of it. How's the music in Luigi's Mansion? Well, there's hardly any, and yet, that's a good thing. You hear a few different songs in the game, but the main ones are different variations of Egad's theme. In a dark room filled with ghosts, the song plays in the background. In a dark room with no ghosts, Luigi softly hums it to himself. In a lit room, Luigi whistles the theme. And an 8-bit version of the song plays every time Professor Egad contacts Luigi on the Game Boy Horror. The lack of music in the game provides a spookier atmosphere that makes the game more immersive. So, is Luigi's Mansion a gem? Absolutely. The game is easy to understand. The controls are different from an average game, but once you get used to them, they are fun. The game has a dark atmosphere without being creepy for a younger audience, and has a lot of replay value because it's short. The game can be beaten legitimately in 4 to 5 hours with an A rank if you know what you're doing. The more times you play this game, the better you're gonna get and the faster you can complete the game. Luigi's Mansion is a fun, short game I beat once a year in October. It shows that a game doesn't have to be long to be a gem. A game can be short but still fun, especially when creators add small details to help the game pop out. Before we go, I have a few fun facts for you guys. Once Nintendo of Europe got their hands on the game, they were able to tweak the game to enhance the experience. Their biggest change being the reversal of the Hidden Mansion. Once you've completed Luigi's Mansion, you unlock the Hidden Mansion, the harder version of the game. It's pretty much the same, with stronger ghosts. In the European version, or PAL version, the Hidden Mansion is mirrored, so you get to play through the whole game backwards. I've been wanting to get my hands on a copy for so long. Unfortunately, I'd also have to buy a European GameCube due to region lock, but I'll impulsively buy it one day. Since this video's launch, 2 additional games have been created. Luigi's Mansion 2 Darkmoon for 3DS, and Luigi's Mansion 3 for Switch. A remake of the game was released for the 3DS in October of 2018. Even though it's the same game, it canonically takes place after Luigi's Mansion 2. Professor Egad calls Luigi and himself from the past during the events of the first game. He asks them to test out his new invention, Gooigi, an ectoplasmic version of Luigi. He has all the powers of regular Luigi, with less health, and he is weak against the elements. If he is attacked with an element, he dies immediately, but he can quickly be revived. Gooigi was created so a co-op mode could be added to the game. As long as Luigi is alive, Gooigi can die and be revived as many times as he wants. This is a cool idea if you have a younger family member who is new to the games and wants to play with you. However, the way Gooigi was implemented into the game is terrible. You have to have 2 copies of the game to play co-op mode. This wouldn't be a bad thing, but the game data for the second player isn't saved. Only the host player's data is saved. I guarantee that the Gooigi co-op mechanic could have worked through download play. There's no reason someone should have to go out of their way to buy a second card, especially if their hard work isn't saved. As of October 2018, I own 2 copies of Luigi's Mansion 3DS, and I've never been more ashamed. A 5-player game called Luigi's Ghost Mansion was one of the many games you could play in Nintendo Land for Wii U. One person plays as a ghost and tries to knock out all of the other players before they can capture them. There are also 2 Luigi's Mansion arcade games. The first one is a ghost capturing game based off of the first game, but only in Japan. We have a similar game here in America, but it's based off of Luigi's Mansion 2. In Mario Kart Double Dash on Luigi's Circuit, you can see the A-Rank mansion in the background. When Luigi's Mansion Darkmoon released, it was officially canon that Luigi won the Rank D mansion from the first game. Back in the day, Nintendo had a magazine you could subscribe to called Nintendo Power. When I started collecting them, Nintendo added trivia questions to the back of the books based on franchises they own. I have since destroyed most of them by cutting out my favorite characters, so unfortunately, I can't show you pictures of them. One of the trivia questions asked was, what is Mario's only fear? The answer was ghosts. It's likely Mario developed a fear of ghosts after the events of the first Luigi's Mansion game. One of the portrait ghosts in the first game is a fortune teller. When she uses her powers, she tells Luigi that she sees Bowser in the mansion. She doesn't understand, she thought Mario had soundly defeated Bowser, yet there he was, in her crystal ball. This tiny piece of information is interesting. Mario soundly defeated Bowser? Heavily implying that Mario defeated Bowser once and for all. So canonically, Luigi's Mansion takes place after the game starring Bowser. The game controls for Luigi's Mansion helped create a better final design for the GameCube controller. One of the changes the team asked for was to put the C-stick closer to the buttons to make the gameplay easier on the thumbs. Mario was originally going to be playable instead of Luigi. A model of Mario with vacuum straps attached to him was left in the game's files to suggest this. I don't know why Luigi was chosen instead of Mario, but it's likely because Luigi fit the game better with his timid nature. There's a glitch in the game that allows Luigi to skip most of the game from the laundry room all the way to the final boss, but I don't know how to pull it off. If you'd like to see someone do it, I'll leave a link in the description below. That's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and keep on gaming.
Hello?